accent when I'm sick. Guess who woke up sick again today? I don't know what is going on with my immune system. I don't know how many of these vitamin C things I have to take a day to prevent me from not getting sick. I have just been burning the candle at both ends. So this is today, right now, that you're seeing my 899th piece of content. And I'd like to do my 900th piece of content when I am feeling good and I can do it for like 9 or so hours. So I don't think I'll be doing that tomorrow. I didn't even want to go live today, but it is the last day of the month, so I figured we had to end off a little bit strong. Anyway, guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. So we do have a couple things to go over here. We'll start off with DCAT. DCAT is, for the first time since its inception, DCAT is not outperforming OMI. Huzzah! It's only up 1.5% today, so DCAT is still on the move. You have a couple of really interesting wallets that I've seen here. You have one wallet here. I'll take a look at this with 160 million OMI in that wallet, and they bought like a trillion Grumpy Cat. And then you have, or not Grumpy Cat, it's DCAT. And then you have another address with, this one has 206 million OMI, and they also have a trillion DCAT. So you have people spending thousands of dollars on this DCAT that are all big OMI tokers. Now this particular wallet, I happen to know, this one that only has 77 million OMI in there. And if you scroll down, you actually do see remnants of the past Grumpy Cat, which is now DCAT. I know this wallet. I know this person. They do have DCAT now elsewhere. So you have, outside of me and these three others, these are 4 prominent OMI wallets that have all jumped into DCAT. Now, I obviously, I am privileged with the information. Like, I can't tell you guys what the comic's going to be about. I can't tell anyone what the comic's going to be about. But I can tell you that there's a comic. I can tell you that there is a few things more than the comic that they're doing. We have the big space with Pro the Doge literally in like 14 hours. I don't know how I'm going to be alive for that. But we do have that's going out. And then you have you just have a couple people that are really hyping it up, you have a couple people that are in the cat that were in, or still are in Sheeb, Floki, a couple of those guys. I think same thing with Bojack as well. That's coming slower than I'd like, but I'll keep you guys posted on that eventually. Just saying, a lot of big wallets getting in. And I've had a couple of other people that I've spoken to as well. There's another person that has 206 million OMI. It's not the one that I showed you. They have that in one of their wallets, and they have 250 million total. And I went and I was just like, okay, let's take a look at this. And when we decided to take a look at it, he's like, okay, I'll get in. I'm not sure when he will though. But again, DCAT, despite all of that, is only up about 1.5% today. Now it was up, I don't know, like 30% yesterday and like 50% the day before. So it is not outperforming OMI. OMI is actually doing quite well. OMI has and those wallets were not smarty pantses. That they were not anyone that you guys know. They were not any public figures. They're all bigger wallets that are not from anyone that anyone in the Veve or OMI community would know. Now, the reason why I think DCAT is not up as much as it probably could be, one, it ran up a whole bunch the last couple of days, so it needs like a day of, to cool off. But two, there is not one token in the top 10 that is down less than 2%. Everything in the top 10, Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, Solana, XRP, Lido Stake, Cardano, and Avalanche are all down 2% or more. Doge, which is number 11, is actually only down 1.9%, but everything in the top 10 is down 2% or more, with Solana being down 6.6%, Avalanche down 5.8%, everything in between. So if the market were to have another big green day or just was flat, the cat probably would have been up a little bit higher. But despite all the negativity in the crypto markets and in the top 10, we've had quite a bit of volume for OMI, which is up 9.5% on the day. Now it was up to like 0.0075. It was up to like, it was up like 20 something percent at one point. So, we have this big spike there. We had a couple of big green candles at that moment. We big green candles. And then obviously we had come back down as some of the large wallets that got in at 0.005 or 0.55. They had, just taken a little bit of profit, which is fine. Swing trading is what, some people are about. But, how did we get such a big spike? What had happened? Well, we normally have 700,000, in volume. We had 1.8 million in volume today. So you have like 500 grand literally in like an hour. Like you had all that. So that's what really caused that big spike. You didn't have a lot of sell orders. And that's what really caused that. So again, if 500,000 can do that, break us up 20% in just an hour, what does 100 million in volume do? And that's kind of what I do want to explore here a little bit. You have, well, we've talked about OMI a lot recently just because they have a lot of stuff, but sentiment is changing. And I was talking to a couple of other influencers and content creators about OMI, and I was like, hey, I felt like, I'm a Pokemon professor in Johto, and they're a Pokemon professor in Kanto, and there's other professors in the Sinnoh region and Unova region. I was like, okay, here's what I'm seeing in my region with my subscribers and my followers on X. What are you guys seeing? And we compared notes, and a lot of it was just saying, hey, listen, most people that have a brain can understand that Veve and Komi are planning for some deflationary tactics. Like I've been talking about OMI to bronze tickets. And the way we can follow this is saying, okay, Veve has already released fully their MCP utility. Now, MCP, as far as yesterday, started burning straight from everyone's wallets. As soon as you go and you bid your MCP points on something, boom, it's done with. You do not get those points back if you spend, or if you get selected and don't spend, you don't get those back. So what does this mean for OMI? Well, in a roundabout way, as now we have these coveted items that are coming out. You have a Hulk comic tomorrow in like 13 hours or something that is going to be used for, there's 5,000 editions. So there's going to be people that are going to get that. And then you have the Star Wars drop on Sunday. So what is that going to be? Same thing. Every single drop we have now looks to be that we'll be able to use MCP points for it. That's already done. Now, I did a poll asking people, hey guys, and we're not done yet. We're only about 382 votes in. There's 16 hours left. But I said, quick question, how many MCP points are y'all bidding on this Sunday Star Wars drop? Now, half of the people said none. They are not going to bid any MCP points on the Star Wars drop. That's 190 people that are saying it's not worth it. That being said, 1/5 of these people said, I will bid the minimum. I will bid 5K. So, take that. That's about, what's 38 times 2? That's about 70 something people that will bid 5K. So if you go and extrapolate that, 70 times 5K, that's 350,000 points gone. And then you have 17% saying, well, this is a popular drop, so I'll bid between 5 and 10K. So, if we have 17, that's 60, let's say that's 65 people, right? And let's say that's average of 7,500 points. That's 487,000 points. That's, again, gone. Now you have people that are on the hype train. I said, how many people are going to bid 10,000 plus? So if we just do the minimum of 10,000, and that's 8% of 382, so that's about 30. Let's round it up to 31, right? So 31 people, and you multiply that by 10,000, the minimum, that's 310,000. So tomorrow alone, or I'm sorry, on Sunday alone, just on the people that have voted, the 382 people, you have over 1 million MCP points being burned, that's more than I have. That's more than a lot of other people have. Because I'm a master collector, so I would have more than most. And be advised, speaking of master collector programs, for those of us that had missed that day where OMI have a what do you call it? We were not getting our MCP points for the OMI staking. That was made up today. Normally I don't have 2,500 in points. Normally I have like 1,850. So, minus that 650, that makes sense. So we did get that back today. Some got it yesterday. I think the rest of us got it back today, which is cool. But anyway, this is a really long road to walk down. So I can get to the point of saying MCP points are going to be burning. And as the drops get better, they'll be burning at a commensurate rate, which is going to be fantastic. You want to see a lot of that burn. And again, I don't think Veve goes and they roll this out unless they had OMI to bronze tickets next in the pipeline. Because think about it. If they go and roll this out, and let's say 3 months go by, let's say the rest of Q1 go by, February and March, and then on April, if they don't have that and people are running low on MCP points, people are going to be very upset that like, hey, I've been using these MCP points. You guys promised me that I'm going to be able to take my OMI to buy bronze tickets and use those bronze tickets because, I could use those bronze tickets to get more MCP points. And now you're saying I can't? People are going to be super furious. They're going to be super salty. They're going to be big mad. So what am I saying about this? I'm saying that OMI to bronze tickets, we're going to be able to take our OMI, burn it for bronze tickets. That is deflationary. I guarantee you we get that in Q2. We might even get it in Q1, but I guarantee you we get that in Q2. And again, speaking of Akomi going and saying things, they had something last week where they said, listen, we have they have OMI to NFT. That is another big utility. Some of those fees will likely go to fill that gem liquidity pool. I understand the consensus where a lot of my followers are going and saying, listen, I know that Veve and Akomi probably planning for this, but they've been saying that for years. And I'm not going to get super excited and I'm not going to disappoint myself when they don't deliver. So I'll believe it when I see it. Again, I understand that 100% more than most because I'm more heavily invested than everyone. But, read this writing on the wall. Veve and Akomi are not going to roll something out like MCP point utility without a way to refill MCP points in the very, very near future. Again, I think Q2, but maybe they surprise us and roll it out in March. They roll it out in like 6 to 8 weeks. Who knows? On top of that, all right, so that's the OMI talk. Let's talk about what problem Veve is solving. So I do have a bunch of news here that I will go over in a minute. But one of the things that I wanted to go over that Veve I think is solving that is nobody's really talking about, and I've touched upon it before, really is loneliness. Chavez, what do you mean by that? Well, there's a couple things that I mean. You have a lot of people over the past, God, I don't know, what is it, X amount of years. I'm trying to look for the screenshots. I don't think I have them. I think I did not take these screenshots appropriately. I did not. That was stupid of me. I apologize, guys. I'll see if I could find it. Ooh, maybe I can't find it. House plans. Jedi. Oh, shoot. That is my B. Federal trends. Okay, well, I could do it with this. I don't have to do it with the other stuff, but I could do it with this. In the last year, Mark Zuckerberg has gone on and been questioned by Congress, saying that, hey, your platform is not Facebook, it's Instagram, saying your platform is detrimental to the health of teenage girls. They feel bad about themselves, blah, blah, blah. You have a saying unsustainable. No, not that. Ownership, stock ownership trends. I wish I had maybe I took them last night. Hold on, let me try to find it. Oh, yeah, here it is. So this year, and this is going to get very, very graphic. This is going to get very, very sad and upsetting. So not safe for work life, warning you now. In 2023, we had 158,000 more Americans that were dying than expected. That's more than all the wars combined since Vietnam. So while the FDA is blaming this on smoking and bad diet, I believe there's another explanation. Something happened in the middle of the Rona that, a lot of people don't really talk about. A lot of these deaths are among the 35 to 44-year olds that rose about 26%, in 2023, while deaths among 25 to 34-year olds rose about 19% above pre-Rona levels. So why am I talking about Chavez? What does this have to do with Veve and OMI? Well, most of my audience is between that 24 and 44-year-old range. They are, adults to people that are getting to middle age. And the reason why I talk about that is because those are the people, those are the statistics that you see of those people unaliving themselves. And I feel like with Veve, you have a really, really amazing, fantastic community where if you're in the Gold and Silver Logo Club, everyone just loves you. If you're looking into like just the Twitter, yeah, there's some trolls, there's some FUD, that's whatever. You're gonna get that with any community. You get that with Tesla. You get that with Pokemon. You get that literally with any community. But for the actual real people that are, super successful or super just happy to be here, that just collect. You don't have to be, a millionaire. You don't have to be someone that's an influencer. You could just be someone that goes in and, likes to enjoy collectibles, and then you have a new family. So, and again, that's really affecting that 25 to 44-year-olds, which is the bulk of the people that listen to me. And you have a bunch of people that are lonely. If you go by percentages of Americans, that are married by birth decade, if they were born in the 1940s, almost all of them are married. Same thing with the 50s, 60s, and most of the 70s. If you have people that were born in the 1970s, like 80% of them are married. The rest are, probably divorced. But then if you go take that a step further and you say, okay, well, if you were born between the 1940s and the 1970s, you're most likely married. Well, where are the people, Chavez, that you're talking about from the 24 to 44-year-old range? That's where you have a big drop off. People that were born in the 1980s, only 60% of them are married, and people born in the 1990s, like myself, less than 30% of them are married. So Veve, I think for a lot of the younger generation, that's really, really getting kind of screwed, with social aspects of life, even before COVID, but now after COVID, they now kind of have a home, and they don't need to be into investing. They don't need to be into Web3 or NFTs, or they just need a fandom. They just need to have something like Betty Boop or Captain America or Cartoon Network or Universal or anything by Disney. You know how many of my friends that are like Disney fanatics that are just single? There's a lot of them, and a lot of them are girls. Um, so yeah, if you can find that family, this is the problem that I think Veve is solving that I think nobody else can see. I every now and then when someone brings it up, I'll talk about politics, or if you have when we talk about the market, like we're gonna have this big, market melt up in the next, several months. Yeah, because politics plays a part in that, I'll bring that up. But for the most part, I don't see people talking about rah rah Trump or rah rah Biden. So you have this very neutral place that the Veve community is kind of only talking about the collectibles. And yes, they're talking about the value of certain things and speculation, which is fine. But for the most part, this community does leave out a lot of the crap, especially when you get to that gold and silver logo group. It's like, oh, I shouldn't bring this up. um, Maybe I will. Oh God, I shouldn't bring this up. Um, so I'll leave it with this. It seems like the more niche you get in the community, like the higher up level you get, like the less the more the crap fades away. The less crap you have to deal with, the deeper you get into the community, because the deeper you get into the community, the more you get to know people, the more and again, like you have West Coast people, like you have Metaverse Life, you have Comics and Crypto, you have Vv Magic, and then you have some of the East Coast peeps. You have like me, you would have like Lori Brenner, you would have just people on different sides of the country, and then you have all the European peeps. We just had South by Southwest. We just had Paris People got to meet a bunch of the German community fam. People got to meet Fanny Carbonell. Well, Fanny came to New York, which was great. Love her forever for that. Fanny Carbonell will actually be on the podcast on the 10th. Yes, it would be the 10th. So again, what I'm just trying to bring here is that Veve is solving that loneliness aspect for people. And again, I just gave you multiple sets of data for why people are lonely and why they're not married and all that. And again, I think Veve really goes to solve all that. Anyway, let's take a look at what else I had on the title before I get to the news, and then we'll go from there. Oh God, my body. Oh, okay. When are they going to start marketing? So TWC TWC Web3 is called the World Web3 Conference. That is going to be on March 8th and March 9th. That is going to be in Orlando. And I had talked to the head of that, and I was like, hey, listen, I would love it if Veve could go there. They had reached out. There's like, hey, could someone from Veve come here? I was like, well, listen. At that time, they are going to be at the South by Southwest Music Festival, and you don't go to South by Southwest Music Festival like for the heck of it. Like in order to speak there, you either have to pay a lot of money or you have to be so notable. You have to be such a big deal that they ask you to go do it. Like I said, tickets for that are thousands of dollars. Elon Musk is going to be there. They have some crazy keynotes. They have some incredible workshops. So in order to get invited there or to speak there, you have to be a big deal, like groundbreaking stuff, high impact stuff, that you have to pay, like as a private citizen, you have to pay a butt ton of money in order to go see. Now, again, I have my own speculations and ideas on why they're going. I've gone over that before. But so I told these guys at the Orlando conference of Web3 is like, if you can, there might be someone else that they're able to go. Like, I don't think Alex is going to South by Southwest. I know Dan is, and David might. But I was like, if you can get someone from the team, I think that'd be really cool. I told him I'd pass along the request to David, who may or may not get back to me. They may or may not go. They might just be like, listen, Chavez, we have such a big deal with South by Southwest. We're not really gonna do anything else, which could be fine. But that just kind of begs the question: what else? When are they going to actually start marketing? And again, they might not need to. I mean, Tesla. I should go over this with OMI. So Tesla has never done like a commercial. Tesla's never done any type of this big marketing. Why? Because they don't need to. They sell it. They sell everything they make. They have a super strong, passionate community. There's no demand problem, and they're heavy in the profit. They have a lot of money in the war chest. Does that sound similar? Veve sells most of what they make. There's more drops that are sold out than drops that are not sold out. And even some of the drops that are not sold out, most of them mostly sell out. They're almost sold out. Like the last two Mighty sets, did they sell out? No. But did most of the drops sell out? Yes. So, you do have to look at that a couple different ways. But again, I've drawn some very spectacular lines between them. So I'll go over a couple of other things. You have J Dubs. J Dubs is a Long Island guy. He's got, I literally convinced him to not buy a house a couple months ago in order to get in more so for OMI. So he now has like read his status saying 250 million OMI, 40 between Veve accounts and another wallet, and 50,000 gem value at today's floor prices. And most of his collection is low and special mints. He's saying we're at the bottom for both OMI and Veve collectibles. It's all up from here. Here's somebody that at the Apple keynote, when they featured Disney last year, he literally straight up bought 2 wallets right then. He's like, done. So that's from him. That's just from him going and saying, hey, listen, here's how much OMI I have because this is how much I believe in it. We have a quote from the Modern Investor, he's got 28,000 followers over on the Twitter or X. He's got like 250,000 followers over on YouTube saying, people are going to freak out when OMI hits 30 cents. It'll be a fun day. So I requoted that and said, people will lose their minds when OMI does the unexpected. Now, here's someone that is, that is infinitely more successful than I am on YouTube. Again, 250,000 subscribers. has been talking about not just Bitcoin and ETH news, but crypto news at large, where he's going and been right about so many things for so long. The fact that he's this bullish on OMI is I don't know. 30 cents is a lot. That is my golden goose scenario, 30 to 50 cents. But Crypto Rain's been on seen on multiple occasions say that OMI could do just that. He said OMI should not get to anywhere near those levels, but they probably will, because when that pendulum swings, it'll go back. There are 2 times that I've seen Crypto Rain said that OMI could get to $1 this bull cycle, and he's not saying it should. It should not. Again, he said 100 to $200 billion market cap. He said that's possible. Should it? No, it should not happen. But will it? There is a greater than 0% chance. So, if someone like him, who's older, smarter, and more experienced than I am in crypto, he says that. Same thing with Modern Investor. Dr. Stuff is very bullish. These are not these like Veve Moon boys that don't have the math to back it up. It's like, oh, yeah, I believe OMI can go to $10. I think OMI can go to $10. No math. Like that's not what they do. They do is they say, listen, I believe this because of X, Y, and Z, and I've done that. I've done the math for every single level. I've done multiple different models at that. I've explained before why I think it could do that. Should it? No. Again, my base case is 8 to 10 cents. I think that's very, very reasonable. And I even went live yesterday just going over the KPIs of Sandbox and Decentraland and why OMI is so stupid undervalued and why it's outperforming. So anyway, or why it will outperform. Some other stuff that I had read, that was that. We have Ernie Malice. He posted a bunch of stuff on OMI today. Who is this Ernie Malice guy on Twitter? I don't know. But he says there will be days in the next couple of years that OMI moves by a penny or two. Not just be a penny, but most likely it'll move from 3 to 4 cents, or 4 to 6 cents, or 5 cents back down to 3 cents. He says that OMI will move by a penny or two every single day, not just be a penny. So that is really powerful. He goes and throws a chart up of this really nice green candle that we had. It was early this morning when he happened to be up. I don't know why you're up at like 4 in the morning, but He also goes and says, 40 years ago, I bought my first stock. I think of what a huge IPO company with IP Akomi has would get. Growth in employees, revenue, profits, and a future of more growth of business sectors. Scary where it could actually be. I feel sorry for those not owning at least 5 million OMI. I feel sorry for those people too, Ernie. And then one of the last things he says, which I requoted, he says, for all the OMI people believers and not so much, and people that don't believe in OMI, remember this. The company is less than 5 years old. Look at Apple at 5 years old. It took 20 years to 5x your money in Apple. That is 20 heckin' years. OMI will 100x very soon. Don't miss the life-changing opportunity for just a few $1,000. Agreed, 100,000%. And somebody says, settle down, Ernie. And Ernie says, I'm as calm as can be. It is just the facts. So I requote that and say, listen, guys, he talked about 5 years, right? 5 years to 20x your investment in Apple. I said that for 5 years and 7 months, Tesla did nothing but trade sideways. And I show pictures. On February 1st of 2014, you see what it has there. It was at $16.32. And then where is it 5 years and 7 months later? On September 1st of 2019, it is $16.06. So 5 years and 7 months, the price had actually gone down. And then what happened? Then it shot up by over 23x within 2 years. OMI has been trading in the triple zeros since 2022. What do you think happens as Veve rolls out more utility? Increasing demand, catalysts that burn OMI, exchanges for liquidity, and brings more people to its app, thus creating more users. Do you think the price is going to stay the same? You think that the money trickling down from Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs won't have an effect? You think that the Fed cutting rates won't catapult this into a parabolic market melt-up? You think that when metaverse and digital collectibles narratives hit that Veve and OMI won't see a huge influx of cash? Smart money will come in first. Smart money is already getting in, and the people who sold down at the bottom will FOMO in at a higher price. I love this game. So obviously you have people that see it, you have people that don't, and for me, I see it. Now moving on, I do have some other news to go to that I have not gone to yet. Let's see what we have here. Is this today? Yes, yesterday. All my troubles seems over. Oh God, how long ago was this? They had a crunch wrap yesterday, bidding MCP points, Dr. Profit, there's pure, okay, these stuff, David Yu. So for those who missed it, David Yu always has cause in the background, and he had a little bit of Pikachu in the background there too. I don't think it's really teasing anything. I think he's just really, really a big fan of those. But again, that's just me. Good characters, yep, anime. People are going to burn so much when anime comes in. I don't know when that'll be, but I hope it's soon. 36, ooh, big oof. So we had somebody buy the number 48 secret rare Luke yesterday for 2,000 gems. Now this person could have gotten 2 secret rare Lukes, random mints, for 2,000 because they're about 1,000 each. But he decided, nah, number 48, secret rare Luke, super undervalued. And this person actually asked my opinion on it. He said, Chavez, there are 2 things that I think are undervalued. I think he saw my videos. Is it the number 43 rare Miles Morales, about 1,700, or is it the number 48 secret rare Luke at 2,000? And let me just read you what I sent them. Let me just read you the convo instead of me going and trying to remember. Looks sick, update. Oh God, where is this dude? Indeed, my man. Okay, here it is. I'm done streaming, sure. Sorry, just finding where the conversation took place. I says they're both really good. Miles in general does have less mints overall because Luke's rare has like 3,800 mints. That's more than all the Miles put together, not including Luke's ultra or secret rare. I said, but I know most of the people that have sub 50 secret rare Lukes. Now I have the number 43, wink wink. And I said the sub 50s on secret rare Lukes will definitely be harder to get than the sub 50s on rare Miles Morales. So I'm leaning towards Luke. And I said, I say Luke wins, but not by a landslide. Both are good, but if I had the extra 2K and my OMI bags were packed, I would get Luke. Now again, I think both of them are really, really good. Let's go over to the Miles to see if he's still there. So this is another line in another person in a really big line of people that have been purchasing some really high-end stuff, and that's what I think Luke is. So the Miles Morales is... Oh, wait, did he get both? He got both. He got the Miles Morales as well. What a mad lad. Oh my God. What an absolute mad lad. You got both? Mad lad. So I guess I did a good job at selling them both. He got the number 48 secret rare Luke for 2,000, and he got the number 43 rare Miles Morales for 1,700. Gotta clap it up for that guy. That is absolutely bananas. Oh my God, I can't even. I'm like a white girl at a club that can't even. That is heckin' nuts. I'm so proud of him. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him about that. Barry, who is this? Oh, okay. We had Cryptoys teasing their marketplace that might come out soon, so good for them. We have a Marvel burn incoming. The remaining supply of Black Widow nesting dolls will be burned on, well, today actually. It'll be burned the next couple hours. So if you do not have one, let me see if it's worth it. Uh-huh. Well, I think it's an ultra rare, but again, let me see if it's because I have the set, and there's only one of them. It's not first appearance Black Widow, it is first edition Black Widow, which is fine. Come on, Black Widow, where you at, girl? Seriously, where you at? I have her, right? Okay, yeah, she's so for whatever reason, Black Widow is under Avengers. Um, so you have the Avengers Tower, the Avengers poster, Black Widow, and then the Hawkeye, which I'm not done completing yet. But so the Black Widow nesting doll, there's 1,669 left. Everyone comment nice down below with the 69. And you can buy them for 30 gems, or you could buy them in the secondary market for 28.50. Honestly, at that point, you're probably better off going and buying it from the store, because you have the chance to get a sub 100 or a cool mint. And also, if you buy from the store, you get more MCP points. So, and it's better for Veve that way. So I'd take the extra $1.50 and spend it, but that's just me. Oh, somebody's got the 69. Damn, I would love to have Black Widow 69. Yes, she is first edition, so her first appearance has not happened yet. Oh shoot, website. Oh God, I don't know. Anyway, let's go back into some other news. So that burn will happen in a few hours, so go get that if you haven't already. And that should be it. I'll go over the rest of the stuff tomorrow, because like I said, I'm pretty sick. So let's get to these comments. But before we get to these comments, let me go over to my YouTube channel and go to my live and tell you guys to smash that like button. Okay. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smash that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. I just saw that. Chavez, why do you have a mark on your hand? Were you punching things? Yes and no. I did not intentionally, but I went to get some of this here hand sanitizer, and I was going like this, and I was super ready because my toast was ready. So I heard the ding, so I rush out of my room, and I accidentally punched the siding of my door, and I cut myself. So that was easily the most autistic thing I've done all month. Anyway, let's get to the comments. Wes saying, oh, let's go. Thank you, Wes, for being a member. Means a lot. B. Christopher says, let's go. Wes says, is it true that when OMI hits its all-time high last bull run, the circulating supply was only 175 billion? If true, it will now be even harder to reach all-time high, 311 billion. I don't know exactly how much was in the circulating supply last time, but most of those token unlocks were David and Dan's. So there's not, it's going to be the same thing. David and Dan are not selling right now. The business development wallet is likely just going to be burned, most of it. So it's really not going to be that hard, because again, last time for the all-time high, there was really not a lot of IP on here. There was not a lot of users, not a lot of demand. You'll have a big, what do you call it? You'll have it should be fairly easy to get to all-time highs once the narrative hits again. Smarty Pants saying, what's good? Don't forget to set reminders for DCAT spaces at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Excuse me. Oh God. Excuse me again. Yes. Not all-time highs. DCAT spaces tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big. Excuse me. Big A saying, Big Daddy Chavez. Oh, Millie T says, hey everyone. You sound like Spider-Man when you say that. Tortoland says, Mr. Beast would be the second best IP brand to sign. Think of all the promotion, giveaways, and how he could incorporate collectibles with contests and royalties for charity. Drive the international masses to Veve. Yeah, it would have been much easier to get him like 3 years ago. Mr. Beast is like worth multiple billions of dollars. you are not going to get a, you are likely not going to get a Mr. Beast partnership right now. He would cost way too much money. There's just no way. Chuck and Hank says Mr. Beast would be wild. Dollar OMI for sure at some point, yeah. Halty says, damn, bro, almost 2 million volume. Yeah, OMI had a lot of volume. OMI did really, really well. Today, what are we going to be down to tomorrow? I don't know. Big is that your wallet, Smarty Pants? I remember you said you got Uber wrecked buying 20K Grumpy Cat. No, no, that the wallets that I showed before were not Smarty Pants' wallet. Berto Alanes says, hey Randy, what's up, Berto? I think Smarty Pants did very, very well on 4chan. I think he did very well on 4chan. Smarty Pants says, nah, I'm not wrecked on either. I'm doing quite well in both. Yeah, I think for Grumpy, which is now the cat, Smarty Pants might actually. I think he dollar cost average really low, so he's about even, if not in the black on it. Wings of Adventure says, let's get this toast. I love toast. Big A says, down like 73% from when you made that comment. I was on 4chan. The new high celebration stream. Should buy more after. Yeah, well, he definitely dollar cost averaged, but for the 4chan, I don't know when he cashed out on that or how much. So that you have to ask him. Omar saying, good evening, fam. Good evening, Omar. Was, yeah, the cat is still down a ton since Randy's Smarty Pants were showing it. Yeah, I put in about 7,500 at about a $7.5 million market cap. It's down to about 1.7-ish million dollar market cap, almost 1.8. So that is, if I were to lock in those losses, that'd be like a $5,500 loss. But again, it'd be silly to sell before the incoming utility that we have going with it. Smarty Pants is down. You mean up? Bertolana says, yeah, you mean up? The cat's been doing smoking the last couple of days. Bertolana says, personally, I'm up since mentioned last time. Get that bread, Berto. Get that bread. Get that bread. I love this game. Okay, hang on. The preview. Oh, wait, the preview for. Oh, something's gonna be previewed soon for the cat. Epic. Transmission probably. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right, I can't wait for tomorrow's spaces. I'm going to be very, very excited. Cool beans. Oh, God. Let me know a good time. I put Tim's. I don't know what the... Yeah, this guy that bought the secret rare Luke and the rare Miles Morales was able to move some funds around, and he got both. Amazing. That is so incredible. Moving on. Biggest, I just looked it up. You made that comment about purchasing 20K on June 20th stream. Down here on the 20K we're talking about, unless you really didn't buy when you said you did. I'm sure he did, but I'm sure he also DCA'd as well. He's saying he's up on the cat because it's no longer Grumpy Cat. He might, I don't know. Smart Depends, my cat is worth over 30K right now. Get that bread. Smart Depends says, yeah, I just don't understand how meme coins work, which is fine. It's not for everyone. Yeah, well, yes, currently the cat is a meme coin, but it is about to have some nice utility pretty soon. Big A says, if you want 20K Grumpy Cat on June 20th, and I'm 33%, return the cat, 1 up to 2, you're still down because math is not in dispute there. So we got to pump it all cost. 50K did before it crashed. I don't think he put that much in. He might have, who knows. Sleepin' Comics says, Randy, what's up, Sleepin'? What's up, my bae? Oh, it's been so long since we've had a good talk. I love you. Sleepin' likes some artwork. Is not sure, Wes. Just understanding coins. Kind of diamond handle is long-term bot. I mean, it depends on the token. Most meme coins you want to save for the flip. You just want to just go and hey, buy before the hype, ride that hype train, sell it, and usually you're in and out in a month or two. But for certain things where a solid community is built, and for certain things where the roadmap, like the cat, yeah, that's neat. GP Tree says, I'll buy a gold and silver logo at 50K because I'm going to make more elsewhere and come back later to help out with your bags. I'll gladly hold it back down to the next cycle bottom. Well, see, the gold and silver logo isn't something you really get for the flip. You can, that's going to be worth tens of thousands in the future, like tens of thousands of dollars. So yes, you could buy now for 4K and you could flip that if you want. But the value of the gold and silver Veve logo isn't in the flip. The value is, and I'm not even going to say like the friends, even though friends are the best. It's just really that network. It's David and Dan. Yes, it does give you money each year because as long as you go to those in-person events, you can go and get those codes, and you can go on and get the, flip those codes that you get. You could redeem them, get them airdropped, and then you can make money on that, which is fine. But you also have again, those events, those networking events are literally worth tens of thousands of dollars by themselves for each of those events, not including the people that you actually rub elbows with, you make friends with, and then you get to call up anytime like, hey, I have something that you might like, or I have some like, Steve Cannon photo, one of the perfect examples right there. Excuse me one second. Again, perfect example of people going and meeting others and getting stuff done. And moving on. Tammy Hannah says, Randy, listening to you while driving to Arizona. It's late at night, Tammy. You be careful. And you drive that bread truck. I don't know if you drive a bread truck or not, but whatever you drive, be safe. A People Dog says, West Coast, best coast. West Coast is super chill. West Coast is definitely super chill. I do like West Coast for a couple things. Vincent says, lol, it's a stretch. West Coast is cool. I like East Coast a little bit better, but West Coast is still chill. Serena says, don't forget to tune into DCAT Megaspaces on February 1st, 11 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by Pro the Doge, co-hosted by the Randy. This is going to be epic. Vincent A says, OMI solving single issues. Veve and OMI solving a lot of issues, and I really hope that some other people can really take that to heart, just because, not a lot of people are talking about it, and I feel like they should. JP Tree says, Big A, GameStop, GME on Solana. Don't be late to the party. Holdings for suckers unless you have conviction. Now that they can't be one in. JP Tree says, you guys should go watch the movie Boiler Room. I would never invest with my money stash for a house, but that's just me. Yeah, I wouldn't invest in a house either. I don't like houses. I would rent it out. But that's just me. First Last says, the modern investor is the only crypto YouTuber you need to listen to. No shill. He's really good. He's really good. He's got a lot of information, and it's a lot of news in general that he brings out. He's a good dude. He's good people. I really, really like him. He told me he'd come on the podcast. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. Telio says, DCAT to the moon. I'm sorry if I have boogers. I don't know if I do. Connor, give me that heart. Connor says, to the moon. Yes, to the moon. JP Tree says, you need 1 billion daily volume to move it pennies up and down. Maybe one day. We'll likely get that at some point. Vincent A says, I feel sorry for those who bought at the high. It's still accumulating. Smart ones, those who buy now while we're near its all-time low. Well, I mean, as long as you're dollar cost averaging, it's fine. As long as you're buying down here. Oh God, I was talking to a big whale today. And I was like, and he was saying, like, so a trend that I've seen in a lot of whales is that have a lot of money. I'm trying to get into the Web3 thing. I don't really know a lot about it, but I do hear people a lot talking about Veve. I was like, okay, well, how can I help you? Do you need, do you want Grails on here? What are your goals? Do you want the OMI token? Do you want Grails? Do you want to collect? Do you trying to relive that spark in your heart that takes you back to childhood? Is it investing? Is it ROI? What are your short and long-term goals here? And it's just like, I just want to buy OMI for now. Like, okay. I was like, what's the easiest way to get OMI? So like, well, the easiest way to get OMI is really to just download Coinbase Wallet, buy Ethereum, and then use the Ethereum to swap for OMI. That's the easiest way. And we did. And, he'll be buying 50 million OMI in the next couple days or whatever. I told him like, hey, listen, don't put in like 30,000 all at once. Put it in like clips of like 7K each. And he's like, okay, it's fine. But for the people that are, because I even told him, he's like asking, well, when are the all-time lows? I tried to do the math. It seems like all-time lows, we were at 4 zeros. Now we're at 3 zeros. So it seems like we've already done a big movement. I was like, well, be advised, sir, the 4 zeros was when there was no app. There was no anything. There was no revenue. We got up to 1 0. We got up to over a penny. And then we came back down, from the bear market and everything. So I said the local bottoms the bottoms really for the last 2 years, for the last 3 years were 3 years now, we're 00055, maybe like 545. And we're at like 00066. This is very, very close to the bottom. And I told him, like, you're very, very lucky, to only put in money now. I put in over 500,000 and, it's worth doo-doo now. But, my dollar cost average now is like 0034, something like that. And I told him, like, the dollar cost average here is just a true blessing. And, uh, you know, now's a really good time to buy. And again, this is to him. This is not to you guys. I was just telling him this. And said, okay, so he'll do that over the next couple of days. So as long as yeah, people like myself that have spent, 6 figures when OMI was at 007, paid $7,000 per OMI. Yeah, that was a bad beat. That sucked. But I would much rather still accumulate down here as opposed to just not accumulating at all. Like I do know a couple people that have put in the 6 figures and they have like 20 million OMI. Like Jesus, man. It's like, okay, well, why not accumulate down here? Why not dollar cost average? And a couple of these guys are just like, I won't because I already have my bag. Whatever it does, it does. Like, oh my God. They just don't really understand it. One of the whales I'm talking to is, he did that and he's going to get more down here. He should, because it's that is the better thing to do. Because I think he's slowly starting to understand what Veve's bringing to the table, what issues it's solving, and what how super undervalued the token is. So I'm hoping he gets that bread. JB Tree says, I'm hella bullish on OMI, but I think the next cycle bottom, if you catch it with OMI burns for a while and more utility, etc., will be the ultimate entry point for 100x if we lose 85% this cycle top. So that's the thing. This is likely going to be the last blow off the top bull cycle that we have, because now you have institutions in it. So you're not going to get that 95% retrace. You might get like a 75% retrace for a lot of things, but with institutional money going in and with OMI going to be as big as it's going to be. Now, again, if we get to like 50 cents, yeah, sure, big 90% decrease. We'll get back down to 5 cents. Absolutely. But if we only get up to 10 cents, I don't think we go back down to a penny. I think we would maybe go back down to like 3 cents, do like that 70% decrease. So it really all depends on what it's going to do. It really depends on how big these regulators go in and say, like, what type of regulations they set. But, it seems now we don't just have a soft landing. We have a lot of expectations of the market doing a big, big run up. So this melt up is going to have very, very good consequences for Veve and OMI. Again, just my opinion. Omar Kasaji says, fun fact about Miles. Miles cannot get infected by venom like Peter Parker can because Miles' spirit is stronger. That is wild. I did not know that. I gotta take a picture of that. That is dope AF. Okay, there we go. I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Have the best second night of my life. Wherever it takes me, now on the right. JPG is here you go, Randy. 69. Nice. The Bakers is who excited for the mega space. Bless you, sir. Thank you. I'm very excited for the mega space. The Bakers says, hey, Sleeping Comics. I heard you like something. If you know, you know. Thanks for taking your time. Sleeping likes a couple things. JP Tree says, Wes, a 10x from 0007 is 7 cents. Probably around $1.7 billion market cap is needed. But without larger exchanges, those orders will be hard to fill. Yeah, you need larger exchanges. David says, so we'll see, but I wouldn't hold your breath. I think we get a decent exchange in Q2, and then we get a little bit more later in the year. Ms. Potter Prophet says, yo. Tammy says, oh, by the way, Tracy says hi. Oh, hello, Tracy. Hi. Big A says, Randy, how are you sick again? Need to, dude. I've been doing cardio. I've been working out. My diet has been better. I don't know. Maybe I went back too early and my body was still down, and maybe I caught something at the gym because gyms are dirty places. Like, I drink water. Like, I don't know what else to do. Well, bad times. Miss Planet Profit, give those thumbs up. I really hope this doesn't affect the movie, because if I go in all scrawny and they're like, hey, you can't play this role if you're super scrawny, I'm gonna be super salty. Obviously, it's not their fault; it'd be all my fault. But Miss Planet Profit says it's the OMI flu or the Veve virus. The guy says, YouTube has been recommending 2-year-old Randy videos to me. Remember when he used to sing us every stream? Oh, I love singing. I'm just not good at it, but I will again at some point. Oh God, hang on one second. 1, 2. Kevin, ha 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 ha. No. JB Trees, Miss Planet Prophet, Omicron virus. It's the Omicron. The Baker says, remember, dudes, that many Omi homies are in DCAT. If DCAT succeeds, is also good for Omi Veve collectibles, because we will buy even more. If they made me co-Veve manager, I would get every single one of these meme coin communities that I'm in. I would go and get Bojack and Squid Grow and 4chan and DCAT. I'd be like, all right, guys, if you sign up to Veve right now and you buy one collectible, I'll give you X amount of money. You'll be put into a raffle, and this raffle, I'll pick one, and you'll get you'll get some Squid Grow token, you'll get some Bojack, you'll get some DCAT, you'll get some 4chan. I will do that to I will single-handedly grow this entire platform 10% by myself of monthly active users within 2 months of me becoming Veve co-community manager, because that's what I would do. Veve, can you freaking hire someone, please? I know that you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. If there was any person that was good enough, halfway good enough, you'd have hired them already. Just hire me for 3 months. I will give away. I will take 25% of my, if I'm co-community manager with Veve FamBam, we will take one person's salary, and 20 half of my salary. I'm sorry, 25% of my salary will go to Akomi related products like OMI or Veve buying from the store. That is the best deal that they're ever going to get. They're going to get 2 for 1, me and FamBam. And I would go and do these for all these communities, single-handedly growing their user base. And those numbers are going to look really, really good for upcoming negotiations that they may or may not have. Moving on. Actuary says the OMI bottom may not be in. It looks like we've had this double bottom here. It very, very much looks like it's in. Now it may not. We could go down below 00055, go down 00045, 34. We don't know. But if that does happen, it's got to happen within the next couple months. No way does that carry on into the end of Q2. It's just impossible. JP Trees sending you hearts, bro. Hope you get well soon. Sucks being sick. Eat some chicken soup and get some rest. I'll try my very best. Mr. Planet Prophet, give me the laugh. Jim Bros goes, hey Randy, enjoying the show. I got a secret rare Funko Iron Man and always ponder selling it for a gold and silver logo. When the question comes up in my mind, I think of you and what you would do. That's the third Iron Man that's on the app. And the secret rare is a fantastic very scarce thing, and what it represents. Like, I'll let you know, and I'll let you in on a little secret that David had mentioned to me X amount of years ago. He was like, when talking about all of these toy companies, you really only need one. You don't need all of them. I didn't know he was talking about Funko. They kept that a secret for years, and then when Funko rolled out, we're like, oh, like that was a secret that not even the people closest to David knew. So that is very, very special. And the fact that they can keep that secret for such a long time is really, really, excuse me, it's really, really telling that they can surprise us at any moment. So I do like what that Iron Man Funko represents. It is very scarce, and it's the only time ever that we've seen David say, put out a bounty on the number one. It's like, I'll pay $40,000 for the bounty on number one. That's super special. Um, I don't know, but that being said, that's the good things about it. Bad things, again, it's not a first appearance, not even a second appearance Iron Man. The Funko, like it was hyped. It was really hyped. I haven't heard anyone talk about that in a while. The only time when I do hear people talk about that is because of David's bounty on it, where he has, he's $40,000 bounty on the number one. So from what I can tell, those things aren't really super coveted. They're not really well liked. Now it wasn't the best Funko line. The gold line that was in does not do well at all. There's a bunch of other lines that do really well, and in the future, if they do that, Veve and Funko are gonna have a very good time. But currently that's not the best. Um, and again, what utility it had is gone. The hype is gone. The it has some fans on it, and again, it is super scarce, so you might see a bit of a resurgence. If I were you, if I had that, I would have immediately sold. And I would put half into OMI and half into, I don't even know what they go for, but we'll take a look right now. Um, where's the, oh god, Iron Man, and we'll look at the secret rare. Secret rare is going for 8,500. That's the floor. So I would say put it up for 6 and see if it sells. And if it does, great. If not, put it down 5,500. And then if after X amount of days it doesn't, put it down to 5 grand. And if not, put it down to 4,500. Even if you sell it at 4,500, you'll still have enough for a logo. Even if you sell it at 4K and you wind up only getting 3,700 ish, put in that extra couple $100 to get a logo. But again, that's just what I would do. I don't know what you should do. I don't know if you have this time in 2008 or whatever where you went to see, you had a double feature where you bought tickets to Speed Racer, and then you snuck into the Iron Man movie with your dad, and that's like a treasured memory, and this represents that memory. I don't know if you did that, and in which case you probably should keep it. I don't know. I don't know what you should do. Only you know what you should do. But that's just saying what I would do, because I have no soul. I have no heart. There's Behind Problem says that would be fun. Oh yes, that would be fun. Big A says Randy is already the unofficial Veve community manager. Unofficial, yes. I would. I never asked David for the job. If I presented my case to him, I'm on a provincial basis saying, like, if I do what I say I'm going to do, then you give me all that back pay, and if I don't do what I'm going to do, then I'll take a big cut in pay, of that salary or whatever. And if I presented it to him like I did to you guys, he would pretty much have no choice but to hire me, because I would be the best choice at that time. The only downside of that would be, like, from the outside saying, okay, well, listen, look, you hired Foster from within the community. You had help on the CGC Comics Lab with Comics and Crypto. Now you're hiring Randy. The dude gets drunk on stream. The dude is crazy as the outlandish predictions, even though it's backed up by math. He's done, acid and shrooms on stream. He's done all this stuff. Like, you can't pick him. The fudders will have a field day. So, but at the end of the day, whatever gets results gets results. and then, like I said, provincial basis. I would have him say like, as long as I'm a net positive for the hire, at least for the couple months that I would do it, I would say, do it. Um, yeah, because I mean, right now, I'm useful to you guys because you guys, I interpret data differently than most people, and you guys would be like, okay, I know what these YouTubers are saying about this piece of news that came out, but what does Randy have to say? And that is really valuable to you guys. That's not really valuable to Veve. It's valuable to Veve in the fact that I'm not sure it really has anything to do with lexicon or clearly not image, because I look like poop. Um, is really just the whales. Like the amount of wealthy and influential people I've brought into not just Veve but David's circle is insurmountable, and nobody else outside of like the core team, like Dan and whoever, no one else has done that. Um, so why would David go and give that up just to make me community manager for a couple of for like X amount of weeks or months? I don't think that would be. I mean, he could create a position for me that's not specifically community manager, and it could be like by a commission basis. Like, hey, if you get X amount of people to join up when they use your code, we'll give you something. But they might just be saving that for the ambassador program anyway. So it's not like they would need someone like that. Um, and I could disappear from Earth tomorrow. Um, you guys might be sad, but it's not really going to affect Veve in any major negative way. There are some whales that might have to. I don't know what some of the whales will do. Try to find another person to attach themselves to. That's not going to be easy. So some of those whales might actually stop spending, if I disappeared. But for the most part, Vivi's going to keep doing what they're gonna do. They're in a very positive trajectory. That OMI is in a very positive trajectory. People right now that have watched me for the last couple of years, they know my playbook. They don't really need to see what I'm kind of doing here. They just be like, okay, they could check in once a month, be like, Randy's still in? Cool, I'm still in, still hodling, still doing whatever. And then every now and then they go, oh, Randy's into this, I'll get into that. Or Randy says something bad about this, I have something invested in there, I'll get out of that. That's really all that a lot of the bigger whales really need. But again, some people really like this. Anywho, but it says DCAT. What a day we're going to have tomorrow. Just watch Pro. Oh yeah, he's good. Pro's documentary. He's really good. We love him. But it says please take some profits at 3 million. 3 million market cap for DCAT? Nah. $3 million that I would have net worth? Yeah, I probably would. I'd probably take some profits when I'm at 2 million. That's probably when I'd take a couple of profits. Scary says, bring the singing back with your handwritten list of supporters. If I get more, yeah, maybe I will. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll do it right now. What should I sing? I've been really obsessed with Kelsey Ballerini with like, if you go down, I'm going down too. Like that southern twang that she has. Bodies buried in the same ditch. Even if I wanted to, I can't snitch. I really love that song because it's about two friends and about two women, but two friends, and they're saying like, listen, friendship I feel like is very underrated. That people like, oh, it's a friend, and nowadays, it's so easy to like block someone or so easy to ghost someone, and they don't have a they don't have a what do you call it? I feel like a lot of people really lose what the idea of friendship is. Friendship is like whatever you need, man. Whatever you need. Like and there are different types of friends. There's bar friends, there's some friends that you play board games with. There are some friends, they find something out and then they show up to your place, with a gun, be like, let's get this mother flapper. Let's fucking kill him right now. Those ride or die friends are crazy, but everyone, you need one of those in your life, at least. The problem is when you get multiple of those people and they're all in the same room, it's like, oh God. Um, but friendship is really underrated. I feel like a lot of people now, it's just like, they have like a family, which is fine. You need that. Versus, like that's it. Like a lot of people like that I know, they get married, they have kids, and then they kind of get this new group of friends where they're also meeting members at their kids like soccer games or whatever, and which is fine. For me, I had this group of friends in the um, before the military. Then I have a group of friends in the military, and some of them mended together where the military peeps met my non-military military friends, and that was absolutely wild. It's got crazy times. Um, but so yeah, long story short, the Kelsey Ballerini one I really like, but I'm pretty sick. I don't think I'll be able to go and sing anything right now. I'm trying to think. Wait, I'm awake. Okay, so I guess I can sing a little raspy stuff. Now it's my time. I'll do what I want because this is my life. I love Skillet. Another one with the raspy voice would be like, I don't belong here. I forget. Event Sevenfold. Afterlife is really good. Um, that's one of my favorite songs because it's like in 2017, you had Event Seven. At least this song meant a lot in 2017 for me. Let me go and read the lyrics because I think it would get just a better response if I just read them as opposed to singing. Um, Afterlife, Event Sevenfold lyrics. Okay. Uh, oh God. Give me your hand, but I realize I just want to say goodbye. Please understand I have to leave and carry on my own life. Like after I got out of the military, transition to civilian life was very hard. So I wanted, like, there was this girl I was dating, and I was like, she could tell I was very distracted about certain things. I just launched a business. I was very, very busy in that business, and trying to keep in contact with my old friends while trying to work some jobs with my new friends. It was very, very, very hard. Um, and I wanted to just go back in. I wanted to just be like, clients are great, money's great, but I am just not having a good time. I'm working a lot. I'm not seeing the friends that I thought I would see when I got out. I miss my old friends. And now a lot of the friends I had when I was in, they're scattered around the globe. So what I wanted to say to her was really in this song, where it was like, give me your hand, but realize that I just want to say goodbye. And please understand, I have to leave and carry on my life. Like, oh my God, that is heckin' perfect. So later in the song, it says, got nothing against you, but surely I'll miss you. It's like, listen, this is not your fault. Like I'm not leaving because I don't believe in you or us. I'm leaving just because I have to go and I will miss you. And it says like this place full of peace and light. Like, in 2017, I had an office job, I had friends, I had a dog, I had a very sweet girlfriend, and it was it was heaven. It was peace and it was light. Um, that rest of the song is like, I hope you might take me back inside when the time is right. Oh God, I really can't sing. So like meaning like I hope you take me back when I come back from whatever I have to do. And long story short, we wound up breaking up anyway. I had like multiple relationships that year. Oof, one was so good. That's not the one I was talking. The one was this girl that I really, really got attached to. I don't think I loved. No, I did not love, but I had a really close attachment to, and wound up not going back in the military. And just again, relationship after relationship after relationship. Friends with all of them still. Um, but yeah, that was a. So when I like to sing, I really do like to sing songs that mean a lot to me, like Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy. It's like, Chavez, ain't that just like a white girl song from the 2000s? You know what? It is. But Skater Boy has this the last verse before the chorus where for me, a lot of times when I was young, even nowadays, a lot of people I feel like really they don't get what I've done, and I feel like I never really got a lot of recognition, especially when I was younger. But I never really got like a lot of the stuff that you do, like as a private investigator or in the military, you really just can't talk about. Um, or even certain things that like you do, and it's like it was a really good deed, but you don't want to go flaunting it. You know, if you don't talk about, nobody knows about it, nobody sees it, and they just think, "Oh, what do you do with your time?" And it's like, well, I could tell you, but I'm really not supposed to say. So when Avril Lavigne goes and sings that last verse of Skater Boy, sorry girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. Um, that kind of just says to me like, hey, um, you kind of didn't take your chance with him, while he was undervalued, and I did, and now that you see the value in him, he's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story ends. And it's like, okay, you might think you have a chance because he's never really, and now it's just like, well, you don't. This is how the story ends. So then he just says, "As far as good friends." Too bad that you couldn't see the man that boy could be. That's like the potential of like Pokemon cards. Like you didn't buy a first edition PSA 10 Blaine's Arcanine when it was $400. You didn't buy a first edition PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard when it was $600. I bought them all when they were like $300, $400, or $600, and then when they were worth thousands of dollars. Um, like you couldn't see the potential of what they could be. There was more than meets the eye. I see the soul there is inside. It's like, oh, that is perfect. And then eventually that soul shines bright. So I feel like nobody really asked about this. It was just Scary saying, bring back the singing with your handwritten list of supporters. Unbeknownst to y'all, whenever I would go and do that, I would always pick a song that would be like, oh, I love this song for X amount of reasons, and now you know the reasons. Anyway, Buddy says, please remember me, your small internet friend, Buddy. Aw, thanks, Buddy. You know what? I will take a picture of you. Not of you, of your. Oh, I got hiccups. Quote saying, please remember me. I will remember you. What was that song? Remember me. Yeah, that one. Smarty Pants says, do not take profits of 3 million. Take profits when you have made 3 for clarity. Okay, Smarty Pants. Hi, sir. Gabriel Jones says, I wonder what happens to OMI price if you decide to sell all your OMI tomorrow. Nothing. 170 something million eaten up like that. There's multiple people that would more than happy to buy that OMI. But he says, thank you for clarification, Smarty. Absolutely meant 3 million in profits. Cheers, cheers. Yes, yes. Absolutely. Omar Kasada says, it was disappointing to see George from Crypto mention on his stream he don't believe in a Comey. He just hasn't kept up with the news. He's someone that hasn't had anyone explain what's going on to him. If they did, then he would change his tune. Say he hasn't done his research on it lately, and he's in for. Oh yeah, if he still has OMI, he's in for a treat. Crazy 420, thank you so much for the for being a member. Saying Avenge Sevenfold rocks. I believe they do as well. But as a real-world utility, the cat has helped provide an outlet for fun, laughter, and excitement while going through some tough times with aging family. So happy you turned me on to this, my man. Thanks, buddy. And that's the utility it has now. I can't wait for you to see the utility that it has in the future. Maybe we'll get a sneak peek of that tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I'm not sure. I will keep you posted. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. I'll see if I can do that stream tomorrow. Because this is my 899th piece of content for Veve and OMI. Tomorrow will be my 900th. I don't want to do it unless it's going to be really, really big and really, really fun. So I might wait till this weekend. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, this is Randy. If one of your Cybertruck reservations comes in this year, do you plan to take delivery? Yeah, of course. That's such an amazing vehicle. Well, I might sell one and then take the other, because some of that money could be used for some OMI. So I'll keep you posted. We're saying I'm seeing this meme, Gary Gensler token. I've been seeing it too. I don't know a lot about it, but I have seen that being shilled places. Again, I'm not gonna go invest in it unless someone introduces me to the team, and if they have something planned, then sure. But right now, no. Right now, I'm just gonna take some NyQuil and go to bed. I hate being sick. This sucks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. I don't believe.